In 2001, Catherine Middleton's life changed forever when she enrolled at the University of St Andrews in Scotland, unknowingly placing herself on the path that would intertwine with the destiny of the future king. Among the many students beginning their studies that year was Prince William, who had chosen St Andrews for a degree in geography. Their first meetings were not marked by glamour or extravagance but by the ordinary rhythms of university life, shared lectures, mutual friends, and the small moments that create bonds. Kate was not overawed by his title or status. Instead, she treated him with the same natural friendliness and composure she showed everyone else. This sincerity struck William, who was used to people either trying too hard to impress him or keeping their distance. What began as a friendship built on shared laughter and long conversations soon grew into something deeper. It was at St Andrews that William first saw Kate in a different light, during a student fashion show where she confidently walked the runway in a simple dress that caught his attention. In that moment, he began to see not just a fellow student but a young woman with elegance and quiet charm. Their friendship developed gradually into romance, a romance that was genuine, private, and rooted in ordinary experiences, studying together, cooking meals in their shared house, or enjoying walks along the Scottish coastline. While the world would later see them as icons, in those early years they were simply two young people discovering themselves and each other, away from the glare of the public eye, and this foundation of normality would become the cornerstone of their enduring relationship. As news of their relationship began to filter out beyond the walls of St Andrews, the young couple had to confront the harsh reality of media attention. The British press, always hungry for stories about the royal family, soon discovered William's romance with Kate, and her once private life quickly became the subject of public fascination. Photographers began appearing outside her family home, following her to classes, and scrutinizing her every move. For a young woman who had lived in relative anonymity, this sudden intrusion was overwhelming. Yet Kate handled the situation with remarkable composure. She remained polite but firm, never allowing herself to be provoked into unguarded moments. This self-control impressed not only the public but also William, who knew from his own painful experiences how damaging media scrutiny could be. The press nicknamed her, "Weighty Katie," mocking her patience as she stood by William without any public commitment, but she refused to respond with anger or bitterness. Instead, she focused on supporting William and maintaining her own dignity. These early years under the spotlight became a trial by fire, teaching Kate resilience and preparing her for the life that awaited her. Through it all, her relationship with William remained strong, built on mutual understanding and trust, and her ability to endure criticism with grace endeared her even more to William and, eventually, to the nation she would one day serve. Like many young couples, William and Kate's relationship was not without its struggles. In 2007, after years of dating under the intense glare of the media, the couple decided to part ways. The pressures were immense. William was navigating the expectations of his Royal Roland military training, while Kate found herself relentlessly pursued by paparazzi. The separation was painful for both, but it was also a period of growth. Kate returned to her family, leaned on the support of Pippa and James, and demonstrated remarkable strength. She did not retreat from public life or indulge in self-pity. Instead, she pursued her own interests, attended social events, and carried herself with dignity. This period revealed her inner resilience and independence. William, meanwhile, realized the void her absence left in his life. Despite the challenges that led to their breakup, it became clear that their bond was not easily broken. Friends of the couple observed that the time apart ultimately strengthened their relationship, giving them space to reflect on what they truly wanted. For William, it was a chance to recognize that Kate was not just a companion but the woman he could not imagine living without. Their reunion later that year was not marked by grand gestures but by a quiet, steady renewal of their commitment, proving that their love had the depth to withstand even the greatest challenges. After their brief separation, William and Kate rekindled their relationship, stronger and more determined than before. Their reunion was not a dramatic spectacle but a natural continuation of a bond that had never truly been severed. The couple had learned valuable lessons during their time apart. Kate had shown the world her independence and strength, while William had come to understand the irreplaceable role she played in his life. From that point forward, their relationship carried a greater sense of maturity and purpose. They began appearing together more confidently, attending public events as a couple, and demonstrating that their bond had survived its greatest test. Kate's ability to maintain her dignity during their breakup had won admiration not only from the public but also from the royal family, who saw in her qualities of patience, discretion, and resilience that would serve her well in the future. William valued Kate's loyalty and steadiness, knowing she could be trusted to stand beside him through the inevitable challenges of his role. Their reconciliation marked the transition from a youthful romance to a partnership rooted in deep mutual respect and shared vision for the future. As William's royal duties and military career became more demanding, the spotlight on Kate intensified, placing her under scrutiny few young women could withstand. She was photographed everywhere she went, her outfits analyzed, her expressions dissected, her every move compared to expectations of what a future royal might be. Tabloid headlines often speculated about engagements, breakups, or her suitability as a princess. For many, this would have been unbearable, yet Kate endured it with quiet dignity. She never lashed out publicly or sought to manipulate the media for sympathy. Instead, she relied on her upbringing and inner composure to weather the storm. Friends noted her ability to remain calm and focused, often leaning on her family for support but never losing her sense of self. She continued to pursue her own path, working in the fashion industry, involving herself in charity work, and maintaining the appearance of normalcy despite the chaos around her. This period proved crucial, for it demonstrated not only to William but also to the royal family and the British public that Kate possessed the resilience, patience, and strength required of someone destined to join the firm. In these testing years, she transformed in the eyes of many from William's girlfriend into a figure of admiration in her own right, someone who embodied grace under pressure and WHO had already begun to earn the respect of the nation long before she wore a royal title. As the relationship matured, Kate's role began to shift subtly from William's companion to a woman whose future was under serious consideration by the monarchy. The royal family, and especially Queen Elizabeth II, watched carefully as Kate navigated the relentless attention of the press and the responsibilities of being connected to the heir to the throne. The Queen, known for her sharp judgment of character, was said to admire Kate's patience, discretion, and quiet strength. Unlike some outsiders who had struggled with the rigid traditions of royal life, Kate showed an ability to adapt gracefully without losing her authenticity. She attended royal events with composure, dressed elegantly yet modestly, and always carried herself with an air of dignity. More importantly, she displayed unwavering loyalty to William, offering him stability in a world where he often felt isolated by duty and scrutiny. Over time, Kate earned the trust and respect not just of the Queen but of other senior royals, who saw in her the potential to be a stabilizing influence in the family's future. Her relationship with William was no longer viewed as a youthful romance but as a serious, enduring partnership. Gaining the Queen's respect was not simply about formal approval, it symbolized Kate's acceptance into the heart of the monarchy, an acknowledgement that she had the qualities required to stand alongside William as both his wife and his future queen. In October 2010, nearly a decade after their first meeting, William made the decision that would change both of their lives forever. During a private trip to Kenya, surrounded by the breathtaking landscapes of Africa, he proposed to Kate with the sapphire and diamond engagement ring that had once belonged to his late mother, Princess Diana. The gesture carried profound symbolism, linking Kate not only to William but also to the cherished memory of the princess whose legacy still loomed large in the hearts of the British people. For Kate, the proposal was not only a declaration of love but also a confirmation of the trust and faith William placed in her to share his life and responsibilities. The moment was intimate and deeply personal, shielded from the cameras and the press, reflecting the couple's preference for authenticity over spectacle. Yet when the news was announced to the world, it sparked immense joy and celebration. People admired the fact that William had chosen someone who had loved and trusted for years rather than rushing into marriage, and they respected Kate for her patience and loyalty throughout their long courtship. The proposal in Kenya marked the beginning of a new chapter, transforming Kate from a supportive partner into the future bride of the heir to the throne, a role she had been quietly preparing for through years of resilience and grace. When William and Kate's engagement was formally announced on November 16, 2010, the world's attention turned toward them with an intensity few could imagine. The iconic images of the couple standing together, Kate radiant in a deep blue dress that perfectly matched her sapphire engagement ring, were broadcast across every news outlet. For the public, it was the moment they had long anticipated, the culmination of years of speculation and hope. Kate spoke with poise and confidence, her natural charm shining through as she answered questions alongside William, demonstrating that she was ready to step into the public role of a future princess. The media frenzy was overwhelming, but Kate handled it with the same calm composure that had become her hallmark. Her elegance and warmth immediately won over millions who saw in her a modern woman entering the royal fold with both humility and confidence. For William, the engagement announcement was not only the celebration of their love but also a reassurance to the nation that he had chosen a partner who embodied the values of duty, stability, and compassion. The day marked the official beginning of Kate's transformation in the eyes of the world, from William's long-term girlfriend to a future royal whose grace and resilience had already made her beloved by many. The months following their engagement were filled with anticipation as the world eagerly awaited what promised to be one of the most memorable royal weddings of the century. Preparations began in earnest, with every detail, from the venue to the guest list, capturing headlines. For Kate, the transition from private citizen to royal bride was daunting, yet she carried herself with serenity and focus. She worked with designers to create an image that reflected both her personal style and the traditions of the monarchy, balancing modern elegance with timeless dignity. Public appearances during this period revealed a woman who had fully embraced her new role, smiling warmly as crowds gathered to see her and William. Far from appearing overwhelmed, she radiated confidence, demonstrating that she had spent the past decade quietly preparing for this moment. The support of her family remained essential, grounding her in the values that had shaped her since childhood. William, too, leaned in Kate, finding in her the unwavering partner he needed as navigated the pressures of royal life. By the time the wedding day approached, the world no longer saw Kate Middleton as an outsider. She had become a symbol of modern royalty, admired for her poise, her patience, and her authenticity. The path from St. Andrews to Westminster Abbey was not always easy, but it was marked by resilience, love, and trust, the qualities that made her not just William's fiancée, but the woman destined to stand beside him as his future queen.